Welcome to Inspired Conversations, Living the Legacy with Legends. My name is Onkarabile Wisdom Mokoto and I am your host. Problems of many countries are the result of lack of leadership. For us to put an end to this chain of problems, young people need to be developed to become global leaders. Today on my show, I have Aaron Molibeli, who is here to share more about what he's doing to develop young people to become true leaders, the future of tomorrow. Mr. Aaron,
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for coming to the show, and you are very much welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be part of this show, and greetings to all the viewers out there.
Thank you, sir. Let's start from the beginning and know who is Aaron Molibeli, Goitsemang Molibeli. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your surname right.
It's actually Aaron Goitsemang Molibeli.
Oh, Molibeli.
Yeah,
okay.
The
Yes.
LIs must not confuse.
All right. Okay.
Yes, Aaron Goitsemang Molibeli is a young public professional speaker, a graduate from MHI Leadership Firm, and a second-year student at the Valley University Technology doing biotechnology. And he's one person who is inspired by the youth, and he has the youth in his heart and is willing to develop the youth and grow the youth to become a youth that will never be forgotten.
Okay. Mainly to become global leaders.
Global leaders.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, when I saw how and what you do, especially in terms of leadership, I then ask myself, okay, why did you choose specifically leadership?
They say that everything rises and everything falls based on leadership. We watch sports, we watch the news, and in sports, when a team is not performing, we don't change the players, we change the leader.
Yeah.
There's a saying that a lion that is led by a sheep will die like a sheep. But if a sheep is led by a lion, the sheep might as well conquer others like a lion. So leadership is something that is very important. Everything rises and everything falls based on leadership. So if we are going to say we want to empower our people and they are not empowered in the subject of leadership, we are going to raise a bunch of followers who will just lead us nowhere. Yes, sir.
So, according to you, when you look at many leaders of today, do you think maybe there is a lack of leadership somewhere, somehow?
Yes. If there was no lack of leadership, I don't think South Africa or Africa would be called the third world party. When it comes to this third world thing and first world party, it confuses me. Because how is it that we live in a one globe, which is the world, the earth, planet earth, and at the same time, there's what is called the first world country or first world party. In one world, there's classifications. So it means that in other parts of this world of ours, there's lack of leadership. There's lack of leadership literacy and more of leadership illiteracy. So I would say our today's leaders are not well informed about the subject of leadership itself.
So how do you go about teaching young people about leadership? Do you go to schools or maybe churches? How do you go about it?
What we do is we run programs for leadership training, whereby we give you even activities on how to work together as a leadership team or how to become a leader. And the other thing that we do, we are launching our AMG Institute's program, Leadership and Mentorship Program, whereby we are going to raise young leaders from our communities. And the other thing that we do, we go around speaking at schools to invite people to come and join us so that they can come and learn about the leadership subject.
And talking about the institution that you are launching, yes. How did it came about? What inspired you to come up with such?
What inspired me, I would say, it's the mere fact that I've realized that our youth has become a label of mediocrity. Our youth has become fallen giants. You understand? Our youth are given to substance abuse. They are given to all these things that are not moving us forward, all these things that are not empowering us as a nation. And another thing is that we are growing every day. Growth is mandatory via age. And our leaders, current leaders, they are phasing out. And meaning that we as the youth of today, we are tomorrow's leaders. But if we are not going to equip, empower, enable, and enhance our leadership ability, we are just going to lead the nation into more tragedy. So that's what I would say inspired me to can say, let's start something that will resolve this leadership illiteracy we are having in our country itself.
No, that's a great one. And one thing that amazed me again is that, you are going to do this at Val. That is where you come from, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And my question was, okay, why didn't you choose Soweto? Why didn't you choose Tembisa, Alexander, or Joburg CBD? Because many of these things, they happen around here where we are. Why did you choose Val?
If you read the word Val, it's VAAL.
Yeah.
Yes, we are looking to make the Val to be valuable.
Okay.
Yes, so
Okay.
we understand that where there's a value, that's where more people go. And where there's value, that's where people are willing to pay.
Yeah.
So I'm doing this in the Val to empower the people of my own community where I come from. I know there's a saying that says that a prophet is not called for his own nation. But I'm trying to also break the backbone of that to say that I can be an inspiration for the people of my hometown.
Yeah.
And we also want to help my community or my area to become globally recognized, you understand, by raising globally thinking people, you understand, globally thinking leaders. So we want to ensure that our place becomes recognized as well, and we are well known for the reputation that we want to bring.
No, that's great. And during the program that you're going to run, what are the subjects maybe that you're going to cover on your...
Or on our program?
Yes.
The subjects that we are covering, it's personal development, it's personal leadership, personal excellence, public speaking dynamics, and also entrepreneurship. We believe these are very important because they are all interlinked. They are one thing. If you are going to personally develop yourself, you are going to have to learn about the subject of leadership. If you are going to become a leader, you're going to have to lead with excellence.
Yeah.
And if you are leading with excellence, you will have to teach others how to lead through public speaking, through speaking and addressing masses. And if you are going to become that particular being, you are also going to have to launch into entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
You must be able to benefit from the skills that which you have developed. You must be able to benefit from your personal excellence. You must be able to benefit from your personal excellence in leadership, your personal excellence in public speaking. So that's why we also included entrepreneurship as part of the subjects.
No, that's a great one. And I've learned that you also work with the Department of Education. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
With the Department of Education, what we did is that we have some literature that we have established, the books we've written, that which we've submitted to the Department of Education, because it is said that if you want to see or to review the leadership of any country or any continent, you must always look at the kind of literature that is available in that particular country. So what we've done, we've submitted our literature books to the Department of Education so that they be submitted to all the relevant public schools, and which are schools that have libraries. And once that has been done and accomplished, the partnership is that the people or the students who would have received the copies of the book, they will join our mentorship program and leadership program to be trained for free. Okay. And what will happen also is that we will be training our people in the Val in the subject of public speaking, for public speaking events and public speaking competitions that are held nationally. So that's our partnership with the Department of Education.
Okay. And up to so far, how is it going? How is the preparation going for that?
Preparations are good, but it becomes challenging when something is new to the people. People are not aware, or they don't really know what is it that they are buying into, because it's something that they've not been exposed to before. So the preparations with regards to our side and our team, everything is perfect. But then when it comes to the selling of the services and the product, it's a quite bit of a challenge, but at the same time we are winning.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how is it going to work? Is it gonna be a one-day program, 3 months, 6 months, or a year? And is it gonna be an annual thing? How is it gonna?
It's going to be a 4 months program.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a 4 months program whereby we train you in each and every subject in that particular 4 months, and we are looking to make it a certifying program whereby we certify our leaders to be recognized within their area of influence, and it's going to take place within 4 months every year, and it's gonna be something that will be annual in a nutshell.
Oh no, I think you are doing a very good job, sir. I mean, and maybe because as young people, young people need knowledge. There is this scripture in the Bible that says, "My people are perishing because of lack of knowledge."
Very true.
and I mean, especially I love the fact that you are doing it advanced, where because many times there are people that cannot come to Joburg where a lot of things are happening. So, but if you take the services to the people, that's what we need.
Yes,
That's what we need. But now, maybe if you can just share a little bit about your speaking, career, so that maybe people can know that this man, is practicing what he's preaching, what he's practicing.
Yes.
How has it been in the speaking industry, in your life?
Public speaking is an art. Public speaking is a skill. Public speaking, it's not something that you just wake up and say, I'm going to speak, because you have to break a lot of things when it comes to public speaking. So I've grown in the field of public speaking. I've developed in the field of public speaking, and I've took it. That's why I call myself a professional public speaker, not a motivational speaker. It's not like I have a story that I use to motivate the people. I have a message that I have and courses that I have to empower the people. So with public speaking, I've really grown, and it's been a journey that has no ending when it comes to learning. So public speaking is something that I hold of high regard. I respect public speaking, and I've really grown in the field of it, and I've spoken also to several institutes, government and private sectors. I've been speaking at churches. I've also become a minister once in my life, and so it's something that I would say I'm well established in, and I've even took a course at the MHI leadership firm and to become a graduate in regards to public speaking as well. So it's something I take very serious, and I would say I've really grown in the subject.
Wonderful. And I mean, you also busy written a book rather.
Yes,
about that. Is the book gonna be used in the program, or everybody's gonna be able to get access of it?
It's an exclusive material. It's a book that will be part of our training program. So people are going to receive the book when they are part of our AMG Institute's leadership program. So that's where people will be getting access to more of our literature.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I mean, talking about books, you also wrote a book, 6 Powers of Youth Excellence.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you show that you are really concerned about the youth. In your book, what are you talking about in the book?
I'm talking about the 6 powers of youth excellence. Many of us, we are young, we are confused, we are misdirected, misinformed, and we lack the right principles, we lack the right knowledge, relevant knowledge, and it becomes a tragedy for us going forward. So the things I cover in the book are what I call the basic principles of success. If you look at the book itself, the size, it's not big. Why? Because I've made it sure that I also want to introduce something very quite important, which is ready for our youth. So the book covers subjects on vision, the power of planning, the power of association, the power of using your mind effectively, the power of taking responsibility, and lastly, chapter 6 is the power of the mind. The power of time management. Yes, so all those as well are integrated things. If you are young and you are able to develop a vision for your life, for your career, for your studies as well, you are also required to plan. So there's a power on how to plan, skills on how to plan, why is planning important, setting goals and whatnot. And then from there, you need a team, a group of people who are going to accelerate you to get to where you want to go. That's why you speak about the power of association. And now if you have this association and you have the vision and the plan, you're going to be challenged through your journey. You need to have a very powerful mind. You have to have a strong mind, a mind that is well developed to can face challenges and overcome. And when you have all the four of what I've just mentioned, the vision, the plan, the power of the mind, good association, you need to take responsibility, because everything now becomes a possibility. But there's nothing that becomes possible without anyone being responsible.
Yeah.
So at the root of possibility is responsibility. And then lastly, it's time management. Now that you have all these things in place, you need to learn how to manage your time. Managing time, it's managing your life, because life is measured with time. So all these things are compacted in one book, and we've just made it accessible for the youth so that they can be able to practice these things from a very young age.
No. Now, you spoke about reading.
Yes, yes, sir.
I was making a research and find out that, the research shows that our country, South Africa, has a non-reading culture, and I was so concerned about that, and how in your book do you encourage the importance of reading? How do you show the young people that there is power in reading?
Let me start with a quote that says that by the man Ruben Martinez. Ruben Martinez was a young man who was given to reading more than any other thing in the world. He read books until he even made reading something of great importance in his country, in his nation. He even opened his own library. His quote says that a library card can take you far in life than a learner's or a driver's license card. So he believes in reading so much. So reading is very important. There's a quote also that says that it is only a reading nation that will become a leading nation. So until we make reading a habit, leading will never become our inheritance. And what food is to the stomach is what reading is to the mind. What food is to the stomach is what reading is to the mind. If you think about that, the same way you starve, it's the same way your mind starves. So if you are not going to feed your body with the right food, the right protein, you see, even the body, you don't just feed it with sweets, you don't feed it with ice cream, you don't feed it with all these candy stuffs, all these sugary stuffs, nice things. You don't grow when you feed yourself on that. So your mind, if you are feeding it with television, you are feeding it with radio, you are feeding it magazines and funny newspapers, you are not growing. So even when it comes to reading, there's a relevant material that you need to read for you to grow. So as much as the body thrives on growing on proteins, carbohydrates, the mind also thrives on growing on right and relevant content of books, which is such books like the 6 Powers of Youth Excellence.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Talking about reading, in the same note, what is the importance of education, towards the young people? I mean, you are here, you went to school, you graduated from a university. Do you also encourage the importance of education to the youth?
Our target market, strongly, it's the academic youth, and I do empower them, or rather encourage them to go for education. But now, if you're going to go for education, here's what we are trying to correct as well. I went for a course. The reason why I went for the course I went for is because I wanted money. I went for the course that I went for because I would say I was good in science. I went for the course that I went for because I wanted to become something that will please the people who were funding me. But the danger is that I'm not passionate about the course. I discovered that I'm good and excellent and passionate about public speaking while I was already doing the course. So now here where education comes in. Education is important if it's only elevating your passion. It's only elevating your skills, your gift, you understand, your talent. So for instance, someone like me, if I was supposed to go back and start again. I was supposed to have gone for education in regards to taking a course in teaching or in communications. So education is important, but it becomes important and relevant when you are going for education within a sphere of your influence or an area of your gifting.
No, that's powerful. And are you also, maybe in your program, gonna highlight that what you're talking about now? Especially, I mean, we are living in a world where talent, is the one that will take someone to the top of his industry. Are you gonna maybe somehow in your program encourage talent awareness?
We are not even going to encourage, we are going to teach about it. You are going to teach about it, my good sir, because everything that we have today, it was not because of school. It was because of the talent. It was because of the ability, the gift, the inspiration that was roaring inside the people. You understand? There was once where I was speaking. It was in Free State, I remember, in March. I said to the people there that I'm developing myself every day to an extent that when I speak a word, it will become a fact and not an opinion. Who inspired me? Albert Einstein. If today I come and say that Albert Einstein said, you take it as a fact. You believe in it because you said it was said by a man who established 1, 2, 3. So this becomes a law. So that's how much he was able to develop his abstract intelligence, which was a skill that he had. You understand? Because he was just a man who was sitting under a tree and an apple fell. He decided to say, wow, there's a law of gravity. He decided to go deep in thinking and discover this as a law and develop it as something that we now today learn about at school. So it's the very same thing about our talents, our abilities. If you can develop yourself so much within regards of your ability, your skill, your talent, you can institutionalize that ability and turn it into a school and teach other people on how to, take it furthermore. Yes, sir.
No, I just see a bomb coming to Val. Fire is coming to Val.
Yes, sir.
And and I believe and I hope that many young people, will join the program and see the value in it. Because as I've said earlier, that what we need is knowledge as young people.
Yes,
you understand?
Yes,
we are perishing as young people because there's no one who's bringing such knowledge to us. We think that things are only happening in the big cities, whereas everything is inside of you. But it needs someone who can just bring that awareness so that you can. So I think you are doing a very good job.
Thank you so much.
And I hope that is what I'm saying. I hope that many young people will really join. I mean, if people want to get hold of you, Mr. Aaron, and they want to enroll and register for the program, where can they get hold of you?
It's easy. You go on Facebook, Aaron Goitsemang Molibeli. I'm there. You will find me there. You can just comment on our posts with your number and email address, request for brochure. We send you the brochure, and what we also even do, we even question you first before we take you in, so to realize and be aware if you are within our context of our program. And they can also find me on 071-833-0311. That's my WhatsApp. They can contact me there and request for a brochure. And they can also find our Facebook page, the AMG Institutes full stop. We are there as well. They can comment and message us if they want to request for a brochure. Instagram, we are there as the AMG Institutes full stop again. And that's where they can find us.
And then in 5 years to come, where do you see AMG?
In 5 years to come, here is the plan with the AMG Institutes. It must become a mandatory course for the youth. We want it to be something that if people are saying you are in matric, your matric is not complete without having been part of the training of the AMG Institute. And if you are going to graduate as a university student, we want it to be something that becomes compulsory, that you must have been trained as a youth to be part of the AMG Institute. That's our plan. We want to institutionalize this thing and make it part of our educational curriculum.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's great. That's very great.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Aronse, thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you so much.
You know,
Thank
we
you
have learned a lot, and all the best, you know, for the program that you are launching. And by the grace of God, all will go well.
Thank you so much, my good
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Inspired Conversations, Living the Legacy with Legends. My name is Onkarabile Mokoto, and I am your host. I'm saying to you, let's meet next week, same time, same place, on Global Conference TV. The journey continues.